Wait, so the thing that behaved like a ghost and looked like a ghost was actually just a swarm of nanomachines in the shape of a guy? A guy that was partially invisible and indistinguishable from a ghost? Man, that is so not as scary as a regular ghost would have been. At least ghosts are an established cultural phenomenon. Everyone knows what a ghost is. But no, it's actually a bunch of tiny invisible machines that behave the same way a ghost does, but requires a last-minute info dump to explain it. That's so lame. Well, even if someone might think it's scarier because it's man-made, it's less of a threat because of that. It is absolutely less of a threat. With a ghost, nobody knows 100% how to deal with it. Exorcism? Maybe. Crosses? Who knows? But machines? Even if they're unfathomably tiny, they still have a physical presence. They aren't magic or spiritual, which means they can be hurt by regular stuff. Like, nanomachines presumably run on electricity. Just set off an EMP and they're down for the count. And that's not even getting into whether or not they're waterproof. If your incredible scientific achievement has the same weakness as the Wicked Witch of the West, it's not much better than a smartphone would be for killing someone with. I don't know. Given the setting, it makes more sense than a ghost. But it just seems so much less cool. It's the ghost in the machine? I don't think that's what that means, but alright. You don't think ghosts are all that scary? I mean, sure, in movies they're kinda weak sauce, but if ghost stuff happened to you in real life, you'd be terrified. Okay, maybe not like The Conjuring. Actually, I've only seen the second one. Is the first one scarier? I see. I mean, the second one is scary, I guess, but one of the monsters is just like Slender Man with a funny hat. I can't believe that thing is getting its own movie. Oh, they canceled it? Good. Right, the nanomachines. I guess my problem isn't whether or not it's really scary. It's more like, I just want to see a spooky creature. And a bunch of tiny robots or whatever are not a creature. A ghost is a creature. It's not just that I'm a bigger fan of monster movies. It's just that I need a monster to be a monster. Imagine you're watching a werewolf movie and the werewolf turns out to be a robot. A robot is not a creature. 'Cause it has programming. It has an internal logic that somebody programmed into it. Even if it's an evil robot with some sort of virus, it's still got programming. It's not acting on any sort of instinct or unknowable thoughts. It's not a creature. Animatronics. Bro, we are not arguing about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore again. I don't care if they're possessed by the ghosts of whoever. They are not creatures. Those animal robot bodies didn't appear naturally or magically. They were made by a guy. Probably several guys. And the only time I want to see a monster made by several guys is if it's made up of several guys' body parts. Yes, Frankenstein's monster is a creature, but he is also a guy. But that's okay because guys can be creatures. In fact, I would say a lot of guys are creatures. A lot of the most beloved horror icons are creatures. And that's what makes them so important. Jason Voorhees, creature. Michael Myers, creature. Slender Man, creature. Also a guy. Freddy Krueger's kinda just a guy. He's got too many one-liners to really be a creature. Besides, it feels wrong to call him a monster when the only thing really freaky about him is that he's badly burned. That'd be like calling Deadpool a monster. Yeah, he kills people, but anyone can kill people. And without a knife glove, too. Yeah, but the dream powers don't make him a monster, they just make him a magical, scary guy. Don't get me wrong, I'm not discounting scary guys as effective horror movie villains, but most of them aren't monsters, especially if they kill someone with a knockoff power glove. Yeah. You know, I'm glad all of those crappy 2000s horror remakes didn't get a zillion sequels like the originals did. I know, right? I think the makeup in the remake was supposed to look more like realistic burn injuries, but it just made Freddy look like he had a lion's face grafted on. Well, that's how I saw it, at least. I liked his voice, though. But again, he talked too much to be a monster. He was, again, just a guy. Not to disparage scary guys. I like scary guys. Well, yeah, and scary girls. I was kind of using it gender neutrally. I guess I could say I like scary folks. Some scary dudes. Scary peeps. Yeah, of course I like them. I hang out with you, don't I? Got 'em. My favorite scary guy. I gotta go with Brahms. Yeah, from The Boy. It's not a good movie, but I like Brahms. He's hot, that's why. He is. That dumb doll mask he wears in the movie was CGI'd in because test audiences thought he was too handsome. Oh, the things I would do for a copy of that version of the movie. No, you're right, he's not scary. I don't think he was even in the sequel, they just made the doll actually haunted. So lame. Okay, I know I was complaining about there not being any ghosts before, but this guy was established previously to not be a ghost. It was a whole thing. And then they made him a ghost, but it wasn't really him, and that's why I didn't see the sequel. Anyway, my point is, horror is better with actual creatures. And robots aren't scary. AI. Well, that's not so much a fun, scary horror movie thing as it is terrifying for real. I'd rather watch scary stuff that I know isn't real. You know what? I think I've had enough of horror today. Let's just watch something nice and wholesome next, okay? Man, sometimes I just get in front of a microphone and I say words. Can you believe I get paid for this? Thank you, Super K, for the coffee donation.